and it is a great privilege today to be here with the artistic assistant, Tatiana Ronderos, who's been a remarkable influence in our film programming, in our open screen series. Additionally, or actually even more importantly, today we're here with a filmmaker from Ecuador, Julio Ortega, who is part of an Ecuador film cycle that we have created through Borimix. Borimix is a festival that celebrates Puerto Rican culture and other cultures, and this year is Ecuador's turn. So, today, too bad that this podcast is happening after the fact. Today we have a screening of Julio Ortega's film Medardo, a 2015 flick. And I want Tatiana, why don't you tell us not just about the series, but introduce Julio properly, because he's a man of many achievements.
Of course. Hi. Welcome to La Voz. Welcome, Julio. How are you? Sure. Thank you for hosting Medardo here at Teatro Latea.
It's a pleasure.
I know you're from Ecuador, and you have also been part of El Puente del Destino and The Perfect Murder.
Oh, yes.
I would like you to talk a little bit about that and how you got into film, into acting here in New York, because you are from Ecuador.
Yes.
So please tell us.
Well, thanks for the invitation. Actually, I came here to New York in 2005, and I do remember I didn't speak English in that period, so I was so surprised that I had to give the interview in English. But with the time I learned English, and I do remember I started to perform in Repertorio Español. I worked there also in Danizarte with Alicia Kaplan and also with Franco Galesio and his company. And after that, after a long career, because I already performed in Ecuador also, and I studied also theater in Ecuador, and I worked in Ecuador in TV. So after all of this process, I decided to go back to school again, and ADA, American Academy of Dramatic Arts, and then I graduate from there, and then I'm continue working as an actor, voiceovers, theater, TV. My last show I did was with Sea, with Manuel Moran downstairs. So, yeah.
Great. Well, tell us a little bit about Medardo. He's an Ecuadorian poet.
Yes.
Tell us about why were you interested in telling his story, and what was your biggest challenge in impersonating this character, creating this character?
Well, let me tell you something. Until the moment, a lot of people make short films about Medardo. Not a lot. A couple people make short films about Medardo. But nobody made the movie about Medardo. And personally, I always was attracted to the situation that the case is not over. It's not closed. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It's not close. It's just there is a theory maybe somebody killed him, he committed suicide, or was an accident. These three versions are talking in Ecuador. So the case is not closed. So it always attracts me the situation what happened with him. So when I came here to live to New York, Alicia Kaplan invited me to a workshop with Carmen Rivera. Mm-hmm. Carmen Rivera is the author of La Gringa and Repertorio Español. So, and we started to write about Medardo. And after that workshop, we decided to put in off-Broadway the play. It was directed by Che Olivera, a director of Teatro Círculo. So after that, our play won a lot of awards, and I, as the author and the creator of this project, I said, okay, we need to make something else like the movie. And then I met two guys from Holland, from Amsterdam, and they are businessmen, and then decided to invest in the movie, to make the movie in Ecuador, because it's a very high budget. It's not easy to make a classical movie, epoch movie, So, and this movie is directed by Nixie Grau, She's a Cuban. She's living now in Miami. So, and that's why I decided to put this life on the stage, because I always feel that I feel attracted to his life, because this guy Medardo was so intensive, was so intelligent, and why he killed himself so young. So when I used to go to Ecuador, always I used to go to visit his tomb. La tumba?
His grave, okay.
It's his grave. Thank you. I used to go to visit the cemetery, so, and I used to go to his grave, and I don't know, and I looks like him a lot. So, and I used to use glasses, not anymore, but I used to use glasses. And yeah, that's why I decided to put. And I also think it's very important to talk about him, about this poet, because after his life, because of his work, the rhythm of el ritmo, I don't know how can I say in Spanish in English, it's so funny, but the rhythm started to change because of Medardo, the rhythm of the poetry and a lot of things after his work. But the point is this guy Medardo is extremely important if poets or people who really love literature, actors, they really like to read, and they read his work, they will understand what I'm saying, and they will say, "Oh my God, this guy was a real genius." So I invite you to read his poems. He was a very, very genius person, and I am so sad and impressed because he killed himself when he was 21 years old in front of Rosita, the girl he was in love with. So
Okay, well, thank you, Julio,
Sure.
for talking about Medardo.